2 to the power x is equal to x to the power 32. We have to find the value of x. So here we have a number and its exponent is a variable, while in the right hand side we have variable as the base and number as the exponent. So let's first make the variables one side and numbers one side. For that we have to raise both the sides to the power of 1 upon 32x. So this will be 2 to the power x, then whole raised to the power 1 upon 32x is equal to x to the power 32, then whole raised to the power 1 upon 32x. Now there is an identity. If a raised to the power m whole raised to the power n, then this is equal to a raised to the power m times n. So this will be 2 to the power x times 1 upon 32x is equal to x to the power 32 times 1 upon 32x. Now in the right hand side remove 32 and 32, like factors, and in the left hand side we can remove x and x, these are like factors. So we have 2 to the power 1 upon 32 is equal to x to the power 1 upon x. Now 1 upon 32, which is the exponent, this is also equivalent to 2 upon 64. Equivalent fractions means when you reduce this fraction, it will be equal to 1 upon 32. You divide both the numerator and denominator by 2, then it is equal to 1 upon 32. So 1 upon 32, we can also write it as 2 upon 64. So let's write it as 2 to the power 1 upon 32 as 2 upon 64 x to the power 1 upon x. This we can also write it as 2 to the power 2 times 1 upon 64. And when a to the power m times n, this we can also write it as a to the power m whole to the power n. So this we can write 2 to the power 2 whole to the power 1 upon 64 is equal to x to the power 1 upon x. Now 2 to the power 2 is 4. Again 1 upon 64, the equivalent fraction is, if we multiply it by 2 and divide it by 2, then it becomes 2 upon 128, and this we can write it as 2 times 1 upon 28 is equal to x to the power 1 upon x, or you can write it as 4 to the power 2 then whole to the power 1 upon 28 is equal to x to the power 1 upon x. So this is 16 to the power 128 is equal to x to the power 1 upon x. Again, if we write it as 2 to the power 1 upon 256, that will be 1 upon 128, or we can write it as 16 to the power 2 whole raised to the power 1 upon 256 is equal to x to the power 1 upon x. Now 16 square is 256 raised to the power of 1 upon 256 is equal to x raised to the power 1 upon x. Now there is a rule, if a to the power a is equal to b to the power b, then a is equal to b. That means x is equal to 256. So this is the value of x. Let's verify this answer. 2 to the power 256, we have to check whether it is equal to, right hand side, 256 to the power 32. 256 we can write it as 16 square then whole raised to the power 32. 16 square we can write it as 4 square, and then this 2 square is 4 to the power 4 then whole to the power 32, and 4 then you can write it as 2 square. So this is 2 to the power 8 whole to the power 32, and that is equal to 2 to the power 256. So LHS is equal to RHS. Answer is verified. How did you solve it? Let me know in the comment section.